Act 3. Shui Baochai came to Pear Fragrance Court. Time: spring of the 8th year of the Red Mansion. Location: Jinling, Ronggua Mansion. Character: Shui Pan, Shui Baochai, Aunt Shui, Jia Yuzuan, Lady Wang, Jia Zheng, Lin Daiyu, Ying Lian, servants of the Jia residence. Character profile card. Name: Tao Baochai. Gender: female. Nicknames: Baochai, Sister Bao, Big Sister Shui, Lady Hengru. Previous life: a golden hairpin of the illusion fairy. Address: Wuyuan. Trait: intelligent like ice and snow, well-versed in the ways of the world, and cunning. Mother: Aunt Shui. Uncle: Wang Ziding. Aunt: Mrs. Wang. Uncle: Jia Zheng. Brother: Shui Pan. Cousin: Jia Baoyu. Early in the morning, Daiyu got up and went to see her grandmother first, then went to visit Lady Wang. When she just arrived at Lady Wang's place, she saw her and Shifeng reading a letter from Jinling. Daiyu didn't know what was going on, so she naturally didn't ask, but the sisters in the mansion all knew the situation. It turns out that Aunt Shui, who lives in Jinling, had a problem at home. Her son Shui Pan killed someone, and now the court in Yingtian is handling this case of manslaughter. So, Lady Wang had the idea to bring Aunt Shui and her 2 children, Shui Pan and Shui Baochai, to live with them and avoid trouble. Coincidentally, the judge presiding over this case involving a person's life is none other than Jia Yuzuan, who was once Lin Daiyu's teacher. Earlier, Jia Yuzuan accompanied Lin Daiyu to Ronggua Mansion, successfully climbed the ranks with Jia Zheng's help, and became an official in the Yingtian prefecture in Jinling. However, as soon as he took office, he encountered this case involving a person's life. This lawsuit all started with a maid named Ying Lian. This maid was abducted and sold to a man named Feng Yuan. After Feng Yuan paid the abductor, he secretly sold Ying Lian to Shui Pan. When Feng Yuan found out about this, he went to the abductor to try to rescue Ying Lian. However, Shui Pan was a powerful figure in Jinling, relying on his wealth and influence, and was very arrogant. This time, he actually had Feng Yuan killed. After that, Shui Pan and his servant disappeared without a trace, and the Feng family had nowhere to seek justice. Jia Yuzuan was initially very angry and was about to order Shui Pan to be arrested and interrogated. At that moment, one of his subordinates signaled to him with their eyes, indicating that he should not give the order. Jia Yuzuan temporarily left the hall and called his subordinate over to ask for more details. The subordinate said, "Master, you have just taken office. Don't you have a protective talisman from our province to carry with you?" Jia Yuzuan asked doubtfully, "What exactly is a protective talisman?" The subordinate replied, "The officials in this area all have a private list, recording the most powerful and influential wealthy families in the province. Otherwise, if you happen to offend such a family, not only your official position, but even your life might be at risk. So, this list is called the Protection of Officials List. Take the Shui family mentioned earlier, they are not an ordinary family. That Shui Pan who killed someone, known as the Dumb Tyrant, is the #1 villain around here. Who would dare to provoke him?" After hearing this, Jia Yuzuan frowned and asked, "How should this lawsuit be settled today?" The subordinate smiled and said, "I heard that you were able to become an official here thanks to the recommendation of Master Jia Zheng. This Master Jia Zheng happens to be Shui Pan's uncle. Why don't you take this opportunity to do a favor, settle the case, and consider it as repaying Master Jia's kindness?" Jia Yuzuan sighed, "I understand all this, but it involves people's lives. I am grateful for the grace to hold this position. I should fulfill my duties conscientiously and strive to repay, How can I bend the law for personal gain? The man sneered and said, Sir, what you said is correct, but in this day and age, such principles are no longer applicable. The ancients said that a great man acts according to the times and a wise man seeks good fortune and avoids disaster. Hasn't Sir heard of this? If everything is done according to your principles, Sir, it might be difficult to even protect oneself. So, how can one talk about serving the court? Jia Yuzuan pondered for a moment, then asked, So, what do you think we should do? The man quickly said, I have a good idea. When the court meets tomorrow, Sir, you just need to show off and order the arrest of the murderer. Of course, the murderer cannot be caught, so we can just arrest a few servants from the Xue family for interrogation. I will secretly pass on the message to make them confess, saying that Xue Pan has already died of illness. Anyway, the Xue family has plenty of money, so we can just give out some money for funeral expenses. When the plaintiffs come to make trouble, they are just after money. If we give them enough money, they will have nothing to say. The next day in court, Jia Yuzuan indeed settled the case haphazardly, as his subordinate had mentioned. The plaintiff had received a good amount of money, so there was nothing to say. As soon as the case was settled, Jia Yuzuan quickly wrote a letter to Jia Zheng, using this matter to gain a good reputation. Moreover, this arrogant Xue Pan, his mother and Lady Jia Wang are cousins, and they are also the younger sister of the current general in charge of the Jingying army, Wang Ziding. Because Xue Pan lost his father at a young age, his close relatives inevitably spoiled him a little more, allowing him to become arrogant and domineering, spending his days engaging in cockfighting and horse racing without any sense of restraint. Xue Pan's younger sister is 2 years younger than him, and her nickname is Baochai. Baochai is elegant and talented, much stronger than her brother Xue Pan. After killing someone, Xue Pan, along with his mother and younger sister, set off to Beijing without any concern at all. In his view, this was just a matter that could be easily resolved with some money, nothing serious. When they arrived at Rongwu Mansion, Lady Wang hurriedly went to greet her younger sister upon hearing that she had arrived. When the sisters saw each other, they were overcome with both joy and sadness. The Pear fragrance courtyard in the southeast corner of the mansion had been empty all along. After Jia Zheng met Xue Pan, he ordered people to clean and tidy up the courtyard, allowing Xue Pan and his family to live there. Grandmother Jia also sent someone to instruct Xue's aunt to settle in with her 2 children, and everyone became closer. Aunt Xue was very pleased with this arrangement. She thought that if she lived together with her older sister's family, she might be able to exert some control over her son. If he was living outside, he might cause trouble again. Therefore, she quickly agreed. And so, the fragrant courtyard welcomed its new guests. In the past, when Lin Daiyu first arrived at the Rongwu mansion, Grandma Jia loved her in every way, treating her in terms of food, clothing, and living just like Baoyu, even surpassing Yingchun, Tanchun, and Shichuan. Baoyu was even more intimate and affectionate towards Daiyu, accompanying her, sitting and resting together, truly like 2 peas in a pod, inseparable. And now, after Aunt Xue's family moved into the Pear fragrance court, they quickly became acquainted with the people from both Rongwu Mansion and Ningwu Mansion, especially Xue Baochai, who was beautiful in appearance and generous in character. Unlike Daiyu, who was aloof and aloft, quickly won the praise of everyone, especially those little maids. They all wanted to be close to her. This situation inevitably made Daiyu feel uncomfortable, but Baochai was completely unaware of it. Speaking of this Baoyu, although he is close to Daiyu, he still often misunderstands and has disagreements with her. This often makes Daiyu upset and cries silently, which in turn frustrates Baoyu. He then apologizes, and only then can Daiyu calm down.